We're back again with another GPN 101 walkthrough. This time we're looking at ladder leagues, certainly one of the most popular features on the platform. So let's get into it. We'll pick up on the home page of our tutorial network. If you don't have a network set up, be sure to check out that video as well. So the first thing you'll want to do is you'll go to the left-hand side here and you'll click on Leagues. We're looking for that blue button in the top right corner. And we are going to create a ladder league. We're going to call this our 2025 competitive ladders. You can just leave the network setting to your default. Start and end dates. Let's have this one run out till the end of the year. December 31st. Here you have the published date. And like it says, this will hide the ladder from players so they can't find it until you're ready for them to. So we'll just leave that set to today's date. And you can go ahead and put a description in there. Just call this the League for all our 2025 competitive ladders. Go ahead and hit save. Okay. Okay, so we have our league set up, but we haven't added any ladders to it yet. And this league can hold multiple ladders. So maybe you'll have a men's doubles, a women's doubles, a mixed, maybe some singles. All of those different ladders can be within this ladder league. But before we go ahead and do that, let's dive back into the league settings. Okay, in registration, it gives you an option here if you want to use Duper or just stick with GPNR. For this ladder, we're going to stick with the GPNR. Customization, we can go ahead and put a logo on here. Okay, additional fields. Yes, we want to get a phone number. There is an option here to add some additional fields, but again, we're just keeping this simple, so we're going to go with the defaults. Okay, in administration, you do have the option here to set another network member to be the admin for this league, but we'll just leave it to ourselves. And we don't want groups creating ladders in here at this time. And you do have the option here to set up fees for your ladders, but this example, we'll leave this empty for now. In a future video, we'll get into all the different pricing setups that you have throughout the platform. All right, so that's good. We're going to go ahead and click save. Okay, we got our logo added and we're ready to add our first ladder. For this one, let's go with just a co-ed doubles ladder, all levels. So go ahead and click new ladder. Under the details tab, it's going to be under the league we just created. You can think of the league as a folder that holds all of your ladder leagues. It just helps you keep everything organized on the site. For this one, we're going to go with scheduled play. This is where we'll set a specific date and time. Like let's say Thursdays at 7 o'clock is when we'll have our ladder night. Everybody shows up and that's when we have the games. And we're going to be going with doubles with no teams. So players will rotate partners between each match. We'll go with all playing levels, all ages, all genders. Okay, in the description field, this is your opportunity to describe the format of your ladder. So this is very important to fill this out so players know what to expect when they join. Okay, so that all looks good. Go to the next tab, location. We'll play at the Longmont Athletic Club. For ranking and points, okay, so there can be quite a bit to talk to on this page. One of the great things with GPN is it has a lot of different ladder options for how you want to determine your scoring and position of players on the ladder. To see all those, you can click on this link and it goes through and describes them all here. It's quite a bit of information, but by far my favorite is the ELO ranking system. So if you want, you can go ahead and pause the video here and give that a read. So one of the things I like about the ELO rating system is it behaves a lot like the modern rating algorithms that we have now, where if you're expected to win the match, you don't necessarily score as many points or gain as many points as if you were involved in an upset, when many more points would be exchanged between the players. Another benefit of using ELO scoring is it just rewards the matches evenly. So with some of the other scores, if you're going to reward total points or number of matches won, the players that play more frequently might move to the top of the ladder, even though they aren't as skilled as other players. Okay, so if we're going to go with ELO, So my recommended settings for these two fields is turning this down to 32. This really just slows down how much people move up and down the ladder. And you want to make sure that divide by matches is set to no. And we don't want to use forfeits. For matches, our scoring options that we had said earlier were first to 11 and first to 15. This will just give you some input validation from players when they're putting in their scores. So yes, we want players to submit their own matches. We don't require a match location. And we're going to use matches for playing levels. This setting here just means it'll go ahead and affect their GPN ratings. Okay, for schedules, my preference for this is to schedule by groups. So you simply assign players to the group and GPN will create a mini round robin for those players. Definitely want to make sure that a schedule is required and we're not going to limit it to one round a day. Access, this can be open to any network member. Registration is open now. You do have options here if you want to approve it to join, or maybe when the ladder's full, you'll want to close it. You can also set the maximum numbers of players here. Okay, and we'll leave this open just to members of our network. Miscellaneous settings, you can get into idle penalties. I tend to recommend that you don't use idle penalties. The intent here is that you can encourage players to participate more by moving them down the ladder if they don't play a certain number of matches. In my experience, I found this just leads to complaints. So you can just skip the penalties. We don't require home court. And lastly, the send weekly email updates. I like changing this to no. All right, so after that, we go ahead and click save. And just like we did with the ladder league, let's dive back into the settings one more time. So we'll just call this the mixed doubles ladder. And click save. Here we are. Okay, so that's all you need to do for a basic ladder setup. Of course, there are many options you can adjust to suit your specific needs, but this setup is what I tend to use the most and recommend to new admins just getting started with running their own ladder leagues. If you found this useful, go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the rest of the series. In the next GPN 101 video, we'll take it a step further and walk through how to schedule ladder matches with your players. Well, that's it for this one. Keep playing smart.